What have I gotten myself into? Hey, good to be back with you on this third installment of the Wall series, where we take ordinary walls and turn them into works of art. This is your first time here, welcome. We've done a deep blue diamond wall as well as a dark gray stud wall. Go back and check those out when you get a chance. But today, very excited about our project. We're doing a faux brick wall. Now I know what you're thinking. Hasn't that been done, Daniel? Aren't there products available for it? Yes, there are. But I think I've found an approach that's both very cost-effective and very easy to install and edit. So, you wanna know what I'm using for the faux brick? Check it out. A furring strip, y'all. A furring strip. An 8-foot piece of this is under $2. It's almost exactly the height of a brick when you're looking sideways at it. So super lightweight, super cheap, and I think it's gonna be really easy to edit these things and make them look like real brick. You ready to give it a go? Alright, so we got a lot of bricks to make, which means we got a lot of cuts to make. Consistency and efficiency is key here. Most miter saws have some kind of a clamp system so that you can make repetitive cuts easily. If not though, you can always use your own clamps and some wood blocks to get really repetitive, consistent cuts. Another perk for the furring strips is that they come pre-bundled in packs of 6, so every time you cut, you're making 6 bricks. Voila, a bucket of bricks. Yeah, it's a few buckets. Maybe giant pile is a better term. Okay, so now it's time to plan out your design. I made this 90-degree template to help keep a 1/2-inch grout gap on all sides of the bricks, since I'm doing this running bond pattern, which is probably the most common brick pattern. There's lots of other patterns you could try though, like this stack bond, herringbone, condensed herringbone, vertical stack bond, basket weave, or you can just make up your own pattern. Okay, well that's a lot of bricks, and that's only like half of them. But I'm confident, I think it's gonna go pretty quick, especially with this little template. I'm thinking I can get them all on the wall in, what do you say, an hour? We'll see, I'll keep the timer running. Cue the inspirational music. Okay, well, when I said inspirational, I meant more like hype music. Yeah, like that.
Ready, set, go.
So word to the wise, don't try to skimp and do one nail. You need at least 2 per brick to keep it sturdy. Alright, so got them all up there. Took about 2 hours, so a little longer than I anticipated, about twice as long. But it was about 500 bricks, so was that 250 bricks per hour, or roughly 4 bricks a minute? Not bad. So I'm pretty happy with the design so far. The depth and the texture are great. The proportions are spot on. It really does look like brick. Honestly, you could probably slap some paint on there right now, and it would look pretty good. But who wants pretty good? I want spectacular. I want to take this to the next level, and I think what's gonna get us there is adding those little pieces of character that really makes brick famous. All the little details that are gonna make it look like real brick. So who better to help us add detail than our old friend Dremel? So I know what you're thinking. When did Dremel start making electric toothbrushes? But this is actually their cordless rotary tool, which for a project this big is pretty helpful. That way I'm not getting tied up with a cord, tripping me up. It would be a disaster. So we're gonna start with the 4 most common brick traits, which of course are gullettes, freckles, divots, and brace girdling. Obviously. So the amount of character you add here depends completely on what style you're going for. My advice is to find your ideal brick pick online, and then just do your best to mimic the markings you see on it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in all the nail holes. I'm gonna use this taping knife and actually just kind of like an artist in his palette, just put a little bit of caulk on here and just kind of scrape it on, because honestly, if it's messy, I think that'll add to the whole look and add some character to the brick. As usual, make sure you're using a paintable non-silicone caulk. This is when you can get really artistic. I mean, just take some caulk and literally just throw it on the wall. I gotta clean that off, that's gonna look horrible. Alright, Alright, so we added tons of character with the Dremel. We've caulked up all the nail holes. I'm dying to put paint on this thing and see what it looks like. Before I do though, one more step. I'm gonna try spraying on just a little bit of this knockdown wall texture just to add a little more roughness to the wall to help make it look more like brick. So the cool thing about this product is you can adjust both the pressure and the amount of material that comes out. Practice on a piece of cardboard to get the look you're going for. All right, you know what time it is. Painting time. So definitely recommend using a paint sprayer here, and apply liberally. The more paint you can get on there, the better the illusion will work. Oh, I can't stop smiling. Hope you guys like it because I'm in love. If you're looking for a cost-efficient way to get faux brick, that's pretty easy to install, man, you gotta do this. It cost me under $100 in materials, and you can get it done in a few hours. If you do end up doing it, I've got a couple tips for you. Number one, the Dremel detail looks amazing once it's painted. Honestly, if I did it again, I would probably spend even more time on this step. Number two, I got really lucky with that spray texture. Did a great job roughing up the bricks, and then a lot of it got in the grout joints as well and helped that look not so much like smooth drywall, a little more like grout. Which brings me to number three. You may be wondering why I didn't do anything in the grout joints. I looked into this a little bit. You can't really do real grout or mortar with wood. Wood expands and contracts and you'd have a cracking issue. You could use some caulk to get that effect, but man, that's a lot of caulk. I just felt like we could compensate that step by using the spray texture and by doing several thick coats of paint. Obviously, I'm happy with this one. Want to hear what you guys think though. Hit that like button if you liked it. And then leave me a comment if you have any questions or if there's any tweaks you do or if you have any ideas for another design you want me to try. Then lastly, share this video with a friend or significant other, someone that can help you get this thing done because you guys gotta try this. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.